You back to Black Site tonight. We're going to talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce taking out a $57 million loan on their Bel Air mansion. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. It seems like the power couple, Jay-Z and Beyonce, might have some serious money problems. They have just taken another $57 million, a second mortgage, out of a home in which they paid $88 million. That means they'll owe over $110 million on this home. They are struggling. They need cash flow, and they need it as quick as possible. That means that in the next few months, they'll be paying $310,000 a month for a mortgage. Can you imagine paying $310,000 for a mortgage? It seems like something bad is going on with their finances. Beyonce was just on a Renaissance tour. She comes back and does the Cowboy Carter tour with the snap of a finger because they need money. I don't know what has happened in their universe. Money was unwisely spent, or they have lawsuits. I don't know. But why, if you have a $1 billion husband who's estimated to be worth $2 billion, why are you taking out a $57 million loan? Plus, they just tried to take out a $105 million loan on Rock Nation, and they said no. So the only asset that they can use was their property in Bel Air, their most expensive property of $88 million. Do they have to pay employees over at Rock Nation? I don't know what's going on, but this is not a good look for Beyonce. She is tied up in Jay-Z's finances, and we don't know if his finances are breaking down. He's talking about releasing an album and possibly going on tour. They talking about her Act 3 album. They talking about another tour after that. So how much can she do? The girl is looking like she's breaking down right now. She's only walking across stage, barely dancing. She's been on tour all her life. You thought everything would be winding down at her age, but it's amping up because their finances is not good. They need cash flow. You can have all the assets in the world. Either you sell your assets to get cash flow or you take out loans. Either way it goes, you still gonna owe the man. You still gonna owe JP Morgan Chase, who they took this loan out at. You're gonna owe them millions and millions of dollars. So she will have to keep working for basically the rest of her life if she with this man. Because the assets that he has, it seems like this guy has put her in a bind, that a matrix that she probably can't get out of. So she's basically trying to keep her name afloat because if he goes bankrupt or have to file bankruptcy, that'll crash down their whole image, their whole empire. Then she has to deal with the Ramir incident to where she don't know if that's his son or not. This whole thing has turned into a nightmare for Beyonce in their family simply because she has to keep going on tour. They have to keep bringing money in on this tour just to pay the mortgage on this house. $310,000 a month. This is what people always say. Rich people live poor. Poor people try and live rich. Why are they trying to live so extravagant when you don't have to? You could have got a three, four, $5 million mansion and live comfortably. But why an $88 million mansion and taking out a second mortgage of $57 million? Now you up to 110, 15 million that you owe the bank with a mortgage of 310 million dollars a month. It doesn't make sense. I don't care what anybody says. You know it, and I know it. But they are living beyond their means. They're living basically paycheck to paycheck. And it should not be happening because you wanted to be the power couple. You wanted to be among all other black people. You wanted to be the Michelle Barack Obama of entertainment. You wanted it, and got it. Now you got it. And now you're being exposed for not having the money that everybody thought you had. Bad businessman. You probably has been living beyond your means. So Beyonce will be working like Mary J. Blige is still working to pay her bills, pay her husband's alimony. This is what you're gonna be doing with this man. Instead of you possibly cutting ties with him and moving on and splitting all assets. But the debt is probably on her back. She probably signed for some of these mortgages and everything. This is how he tied her in to his business. So she has no choice but to keep working and keeping up this facade of being this rich couple. This is sad to watch. Other people gonna say, well, this is how business is done. But the way I see it, when you get turned down for 105 million by Rock Nation, and you have to go back and take out a second mortgage, that's because you need money. You need it fast as possible because you need liquid money, liquid assets to pay for your everyday expenses. That's what they're doing. And most people are starting to see that this couple ain't what they supposed to be. This couple is probably damn near broke, and we don't even know about it. This is what happens when you try and live above your means instead of just living comfortably. That's all they have to do. But now they gonna have to work overtime. They need every dollar that they can get. Man, if you gotta pay a $310,000 mortgage, man, that's a lot of money. That's almost $1 million every 3 months. That's a lot of money. So that cash flow gotta keep coming in. And I'm wondering, what bills do they have to pay? I would love to hear your comments in the comments section. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.